And they told me a scam artist, there is no, it's not a criminal act to scam somebody. If these women are giving him money on their own and he's not stealing it, it's not a crime. They're giving it to him voluntarily. It's not a crime. And we can't come boot him out of your house unless he is being criminal and violent. And if he's not doing that, we cannot remove him. And if he's been at your daughter's for a week, then he has the right to fight that and say, I have made residence here because I've been here for a week. I have established my residence here. And so the cops told me there's nothing we can do.
Mama! Nanny!
Fucking weirdo.
When it rains, it pours around here with these phonies. Sometimes I go through a dry spell, and sometimes here it all comes. So here it all come last night, and you'll be surprised at what happened around here.
Hello?
Hey.
Okay, we're here. We're in the front. We're fixing to go knock on the door.
Okay, just say the word go.
Man, all right, I'm putting you on mute for now. Okay?
Yes. Now, pretty much the bottom line is how powerful this video website is that Terry developed, and how the spiders and how it's so powerful, how quickly, if I mention your name or put your name up there, how quickly it hits the internet. And that's what happened. I made a deal with the Phony, that Gast guy, Eric Paul Gast. If you call me back, I text him, I won't use your name. And I stand with that. I won't. He called back and he gave that crybaby ass interview that he did about me, reminding him of his father. Oh gosh. And I gave it a week. I knew if you could post videos up, you could take them down. And he had no intention of taking those videos down. He still had his clientele that he was going after. Well, that clientele turned on him really hard. And after I posted his full name up, Eric Paul Gast, Livingston, Texas. You can search MSN, Yahoo, Google, and he's right there at the top. And right there. And those gals, hell hath no fury, man. Hell hath no fury. They let everybody know who that was through Messenger, Facebook, whatever, because they have these secret accounts on there. He doesn't know who is who. Eric doesn't deal with anybody except the women. If you're a man and you try to befriend him on TikTok, it has nothing to do with you. The women are very carefully selected. He goes through, he's like a Nigerian scammer, just talking to them and talking to them until he gets some that he wants to work. And like the video that we did, the first part one of him, that girl had to set up an appointment to talk to him. A certain time that you can call me and I'll be prepared for it. And so he doesn't know who's his friend and who is not, but that's how he does. Well, the gals caught up to him yesterday, and he had moved in with a widower, just lost her husband. And I got the call. I got the phone call.
Go ahead.
Okay, Amanda.
Yeah.
Hi, Amanda. I'm retired Navy SEAL Senior Chief Don Shipley. I understand that Eric is there. And I'll tell you this, Amanda, before you get mad with your family or me, 14 days ago, I posted his confession that he was never a SEAL. He's made all this up. He has never spent a single day in uniform. He's never been in the military. No Purple Heart, none of that. He knows who I am. Look at his face. I guarantee it's going white. So right now I am, I'll just share this with you. I have a new pet snake. I'm going to name him Korengal because Eric, when he went up, he brought his snake with him, and it's still there. And I also am the proud recipient of a Purple Heart that Eric gave to the gal he was staying with. I'll put it to you this way in closing. I text last night, and I told that gal, I said, I bet those cops know who I am. And she mentioned my name, and she texted me right back, and she goes, yeah, they know who you are. Blap! Blah! Wow. Wow. I'll say that. So I'll have the full video up. It's got to take me a little time to compile it and get that out. But yeah, poor Eric is just a shell of himself right now. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. Who fucking takes their snake? What kind of guy does that? Now it's a homeless snake. I'll be happy to give it to anybody that wants it. If you're a real snake fan and you're around the Texas area, I'm sure we can get that snake. Bottom line is that's Eric Gast, Eric Paul Gast, the guy I just posted up, the TikTok guy. Those gals, when I posted him up, those gals that he had cheated before went after anyone in his contact lists. And they somehow tracked down this woman's sister. And he has been living with her for 8 days. 8 days. She went all the way down 8 hours, picked him up and brought his ass back up because he's that good. And I feel good that she was receptive and listened to that while that stammering idiot was standing right there. And I'll never let go of that guy. And I was just shocked that I got the phone call and said, you know, this is me, and he's with my sister as we speak. So it's been tough. She's driven a couple hours to go see her. Her and her mother and her husband just kind of barged in on the sister with Eric after they just got back from dinner at Lubbock, and I guarantee she paid for it, not him. And she's a widow. Her husband died, and she's got a young son, and Eric preyed on her. That's what he does. And that TikTok channel of his, if you're a man, unless you're impersonating a woman, you would never get in with him. He's a little bit clever. He's only going to deal with women, and then he really feels you out. Like that one woman, she had to schedule an appointment to talk to him on the phone. But he did. See, he gets that way, and he's worked this. He's worked it all. He's no dummy. And thankfully, it doesn't always go like that. But you could hear Eric turning the tables again when she asked him, why would you lie to me? Why would you lie to me? And he's just going to pull that, I've been kicked around all my life. You know, just what he did in the video to make me feel sorry for him, as I told you guys, and I don't. So you need to watch this and then that recap of him where he tells me I remind him of his father and all this other shit. That dude is so full of shit, but I think I got her straightened out. So. Mama! Nanny!
Fucking weirdo.
I just want to give up a few minutes of my time tonight and recognize something very honorable, and that's this upcoming Veterans Day.
Oh,
Hey, is the gang all there?
yep, we're all in here. Hi, sir.
Hello. I guess everybody's familiar with what I do.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to tell everyone before this happens that these guys are just master manipulators and table turners. And once I'm done with him, he is going to pull out every stop he has to try to convince you that I'm wrong and he's right. And I think all of you know for 100% that he is lying about all that SEAL, Purple Heart, military, everything. Correct?
Right. Yes.
Then
I've seen your videos, yes.
Then don't look in the rearview mirror, not for a minute. Anytime you don't backpedal at all and go, wow, maybe he's telling the truth about that. And for my buck, the cancer thing isn't even worth touching. I don't think he can prove it. I don't think he has it, because liars lie, and that's how they worm their way into, Amanda's life,
Right.
by making that up. But it's not important to even go down that road to try to prove or disprove it. The fact is,
Right.
he's a lying con man, and he's with your daughter and sister. Why don't you let me know when you're pulling up, and I guess I'll just be on speakerphone, and you can just say the word go to me if you want to, or something, when your sister's standing there.
Okay.
Something like that. Just let me know that I'm on, or you can talk whatever on the speaker. What would you...
They have to have her come in and sit down.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, obviously she doesn't know we're coming, so we're hoping that she's even home. Hopefully she's even home. We're assuming that she is, but we'll call you as soon as we pull up to the house, because I'll know if she's there, her truck will be there or not.
Okay.
And I'll keep you on speaker, and I might just have you on mute, and then because she's going to be like, what are y'all doing here, and whatever,
Okay.
but I would still like to have you on the phone where you can hear us, but we can't necessarily hear you.
That's great.
And
Let's do
and
that.
then I'll take you off of mute and let you have it.
Yep, I will just address her, and I would tell you all, when Eric finds out that I'm on the phone, Don Shipley, you've got to look at his face. It's going to go white and contort. He's gonna shit.
He's going to be in the room when Amanda hears you.
That's right.
He doesn't leave her side.
That's right. I know he won't. He don't want anybody getting into her. I know these guys, that you are in a position of influence and decision making in her life, and he has got to cut you out to get what he wants, and he wants that money she has, and you are in the way of that. All of you are.
Yeah.
So
What's eventually going to happen to him?
he'll probably just go on to do it. He's very good at it. I posted him up. I just checked the website. I posted him up and had that conversation with him 2 weeks ago to today.
Wow.
So I don't know if you've seen the second part of the video where Eric
Yes.
calls me back. I mean, that's him.
Yeah.
He's doing that. So, no. I don't know what to tell
He
you.
actually called you back, but it's almost like he gets off on it like, oh, I'm talking to Don Shipley, like, woohoo.
Well, I have done this with phonies before, and I texted Eric and can share the text with you that I would not use his name if he called me back and explained all this. And I asked him to take down those videos, take them down, and he wouldn't do it. So after a week of that, I didn't do anything for a week. Then I put his name up, Eric Paul Gast in Livingston, Texas. So you broke your deal with me. I don't feel bad about breaking it to you, but I never stoop to the level they do in lying to people.
Right.
So I don't feel bad about it. There you go. So I don't even know if he knows, but we'll see.
All right. Well, we will be contacting you here in just a few minutes then.
Okay, just call me.
All right.
And I'll pick
Okay.
up.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Hello.
Hey.
Okay, we're here. We're in the front. We're fixing to go knock on the door.
Okay, just say the word go.
All right, I'm putting you on mute for now. Okay?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, Amanda.
Yeah.
Hi, Amanda. I'm retired Navy SEAL Senior Chief Don Shipley. I understand that Eric is there. And I'll tell you this, Amanda, before you get mad with your family or me, 14 days ago, I posted his confession that he was never a SEAL. He's made all this up. He has never spent a single day in uniform. He's never been in the military. No Purple Heart, none of that. He knows who I am. Look at his face. I guarantee it's going white. I know all the claims that he's told you. I bet he showed you his honorable discharge that he bought offline. He is a confidence man, and he scams women. That's what he does. He targeted you from getting on that TikTok thing of his, And we wouldn't have been here right now if Eric would have deleted those ridiculous videotapes that he put up, but he did not. Any search engine you search, MSN, Yahoo, Google, search Eric Paul Gast, and you'll see what I did to him up there to stop him from doing this. And I only found him because of the other women that he scammed and ripped off on his TikTok site that contacted me and begged me to go after him. He's a fraud, a phony, and a fake.
And why are there so many other women saying the same thing? And don't tell me they're crazy, because they're not. I've talked to 2 of them. Shut up. Just shut up. I've talked to 2 of them. Very well educated women that you've done the same thing to them. You've scammed them out of money, groceries, clothes, all kinds of stuff. Don't give me that look like you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, because you don't even, okay? Because I know what you're about. I'm on your game, okay? He goes after widows because he knows there's a potential amount of money. Insurance. He knows. He knows. That's what we want to know, too. I don't know. We've called the police. If you want him removed, if you feel scared of him, because he is, he has fraudulent charges. He's been to prison. He's a felon. You're a felon. You're a felon. I've already done a background check. You're a felon. So just don't even go there. Harassment for several women. Credit card fraud. So he's dangerous in a lot of other ways. I don't know about physically. There's been a few things. When he gets enraged, he leaves ugly, screaming, hateful voicemails to people, stuff like that. He's very borderline personality, whatever. There's all kinds of different things to describe this man. And he's looking at you as just another number. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that he's looking at you that way. How dare you come into this house where my brother-in-law lived in this house. And he worked, you know what, while he was sick with cancer. You lying piece of crap. He had cancer for reals. He had cancer for reals. And he died. And he died. He worked until the day he couldn't do it anymore. We saw him suffer. And you want to go after women saying that you've got cancer 5 times? Did you hear the phone call from the oncologist? Shut up. Did you hear it? Oh, he has a scar. That could be anything. A pellet gun can do that. He doesn't have an exit wound.
If we're just going to get down to it. Yeah, but I've had messages already. And we talked about it. Now to get this phone call, it sucks.
Amanda, I got notified yesterday. And we've done research since 3 o'clock yesterday.
I'll have to show you these when I'm not on the phone, because I can't show them to you while I'm on the phone. But
I do kind of want to know who this guy is.
his name is Don Shipley.
Can we FaceTime or something?
Sure.
I don't know if I can. Can you do that on your end? I can't do that on mine.
I don't.
have video.
Well, I could try this. Let me see.
He does this.
This is what he does. He goes after fraudulent people. This is what he does, and he's actually an actual SEAL. He's actually been in the Navy SEALs. He's actually done the things that homeboy over here is trying to say that he's done. Trying to take credit, trying to take money from people from having.
Okay, now, let me jump in here for a second. Amanda, I'm retired Navy SEAL Senior Chief Don Shipley. I became a SEAL in 1985, and I retired out of SEAL Team 2 in 2003 when he's claiming he was there. This is what I do. I verify fake Navy SEAL claims, and I've verified over 40,000 of them in 13 years. I've been on every major news network from CNN, Anderson Cooper, Inside Edition, 60 Minutes, Dateline, Nightline, you name it, and all over the world. Verifying these fake SEALs and the stories that people want to know after it's over. Girl, I'm the star of stage and screen, and I deal with little puds like him all day long. I was a SEAL. He was not. And I don't randomly target people nor tell lies like they do. I'm simply telling you, you look at a little bit of investigation. I have every picture, every email. I have records from the Navy that's saying no results found, meaning he never served. And Eric told me that as well in that video. He comes completely clean, and he talks about his how low he felt in his life.
You did. You said. Yeah.
That's him, and it goes on for a long time.
You know you're busted. You just know it. So just freaking admit it. You are a felon. I found your records.
Nothing that comes from your mouth. Nothing. And you know what? I'm sorry. I saw through you the other day. I didn't want to. And I thought, no. I don't know. Maybe that mama's got feelings. I read right through the.
She did. She kept texting me when you asked me what. I'm like, I can't tell you what Mom saw.
I saw through. And I laughed and I was like, Nathan was like, what'd you think? I was like,
And literally, we got contacted. It's not like I don't even know this Don Shipley guy. I've never heard of this. We got contacted. You know what? You know I'm a praying woman. You know that. And so you know what? I prayed after you left my home. I prayed. I said, God, if he's not right, if he's not real, then bring it to light. Bring it to light. And you know what?
the very next day.
2 days later.
Well, I got
2 days later.
The cancer, the rescan, the woman had the scan.
No. I don't know how anybody has cancer 5 times, and I don't believe it. It does not matter.
So what do you suggest is how do we send them on home? I mean, we're willing to, is there a bus stop here? No, we don't want you lurking around here. We don't trust you to even be in the vicinity.
Does your sister want him out?
Do what?
Does your Amanda want him out?
Do you want him out? Yes.
Call the police right now.
Okay.
I don't want to do that. I don't necessarily want to get the police involved. I'm not going to do all that.
It's about time they're aware of his stuff.
It's Denver City.
I don't want to, press charges. I'm not getting cost involved. I don't want any of that. No, I know, but that's what getting cost involved, and I don't want to do that.
Sadly, he'll just do it to other women. He's good at it.
Definitely.
And I will tell you this, Amanda, as soon as your family leaves, he's going to come knocking back on your door and turn these tables around. He's not done yet.
Don't stay here now.
Yeah. And I pray to God you haven't given him any of that kind of information. He's a professional con. He is a freaking professional con, man. That he's done this to so many freaking people. We found this out last night, and we have been till 1:30 in the morning talking to this lady about the stuff that he's done to her. I talked to another lady today, and she's telling me the stuff that he did to her. And this lady, the one that I talked to today, guess what? Her husband really was military. Her husband died 2 years ago from cancer.
Well, and I've asked him, because I've gotten messages. No, it was just some girls that I wanted to talk to, girlfriends, and
Of course they did, because it's part of the con. It's part of the thing that he does.
And Amanda, when you ask him, why did you do this? The answer is simple. He wanted that money. And now he's turning the tables, going to get you to feel sorry for him because he tell you he'd been kicked around his whole life or something. You got him. Enough.
I just appreciate you reaching out and helping me and my family. So I don't want you to feel like you have to really convince me, because I'm convinced.
Okay, good. Don't let him in. It's all a big manipulating, table turning con job. He's good at it. Very good. Is there anybody needs anything else from me? I'd be happy to send you anything.
I think for now, we're very good. I have those videos and stuff that I can definitely show her if she's still interested.
Good.
I have lots of paperwork to show her if she's interested. I mean, I have proof, so I didn't come over here without anything.
Good. Is Eric still there?
My husband and my mom just followed him to the room because I think
Okay,
he's
good.
grabbing his stuff.
Yeah, tell him I said goodbye, and I'll probably see him again if we don't shut him down. So, what a clown. Good job. Well done. And Amanda, I feel terrible for you, but you got some good family, a great sister. So,
Yes,
good.
that's what it is.
Thank
Good.
you, sir.
Good night, everybody. Call me
Okay,
back
thank
if you
you.
need to. I'm still going to be up.
Appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Mighty. When I load up the second part of this video here soon, it's the women tell all. What happened that night? And what you got to remember is there was nowhere for Eric to go. It's a small town. There's no Ubers, there's no cab, there's no train, there's no bus, there's no airport. This is at night. Where is he going to go? What is he going to do? And that was the fear. He's just going to go down the road a little bit, wait for them to leave, and turn around and start peering through the windows. It was really creeping a lot of people out. And so I'll put up the Women Tell All in part 2. And the three of them go at Eric. After I'm off of the phone, there is blood in the water. And it is a feeding frenzy. And Eric is the meal for those three gals. Dude. Whoa. Thanks. So, I got to know what all unfolded after I got off of the line last night with you guys.
You want to go for it?
We're deciding who's going to talk. There's 3 of us.
Oh, we're all talkers. All right, so it's Shanita. I'll just tell you. So basically, when we got off the phone with you, I mean, he didn't really, sit there and deny much of anything. My sister started questioning him, like, so is this, were you not in the Navy? And he said, no, I wasn't. And she said, well, if you're lying about that, what else are you lying about? I have cancer. She said, I want you to just be honest with me. Just tell me the truth. Do you really have cancer? Have you ever had cancer? Yeah, I do. I have proof. And he kind of started getting a little agitated. And again, I was like, shut up. Stop it. Simmer down. And he, he didn't have a whole lot to say. My husband was walking around like, I don't even know what.
A warrior.
A warrior. Like just puffed up, like, you do one thing, boy, and it's over.
Oh.
He didn't say one thing to my husband. Not one thing.
Well, and I just kind of want to inject real fast, too, that, Dawn, whenever you got on the phone and you said, Amanda, and you introduced yourself, within the very first sentence that you told me, you might not have heard me because I didn't want to be, like, rude and overtalk you, but I looked at him and I told him right then, get your shit and get out. So there was no convincing me. You didn't have to finish. You know what I mean? Like, I immediately told him to get out.
She was already suspicious. She's had a couple of these women try to contact her and tell her stuff, and he's put a stop to it, but it's caused her to wonder what's up. So she was thinking he might not be all she thought he was.
Okay,
And
well, that's good.
When you started speaking, it was confirmation.
If anything, I was extremely thankful because I didn't know really what to do or how to do it. I was nervous to tell him, like, okay, you need to go back home. But yet I was kind of embarrassed to reach out to my family. But yeah, I didn't really want to tell them and then it be right. And he really was a good guy. You know what I mean? So I was kind of just in a spot where I needed help. I didn't know what to do or how to reach out. So the way it all worked out really was a blessing because that's what I needed.
Yeah. It couldn't have worked out more perfect. I got on the phone call to the police, and I wasn't necessarily trying to press charges at the time or, make a restraining order or anything like that. What happened was I called them because the town is so small. There's no way to get him on a bus or an Uber, anything to get him out of there. So I called the police department just to ask them if they had any suggestions, like how can we get this guy out of here? What do we need to do? And do you have any suggestions? Can you guys take him somewhere, And the police sent me over to the sheriff's office and talked to them for a minute. They sent me back kind of to the police officers, and they said, you know what, we'll call you back when we decide what we're going to do. Well, they didn't even call back. They showed up at the door.
Well, first of all, they asked for his name.
Yes, they asked me
and
for his name.
And when they told his name, these guys got on the ball. They found out what they needed to find out, and they showed up at the door. I called them and asked them, this is the situation. Before Shanita did, I called them, told them the situation, and I said, is there anything we can do? And they told me, a scam artist, there is no, it's not a criminal act to scam somebody. If these women are giving him money on their own and he's not stealing it, it's not a crime. They're giving it to him voluntarily. It's not a crime. And we can't come boot him out of your house unless he is being criminal and violent. And if he's not doing that, we cannot remove him. And if he's been at your daughter's for a week, then he has the right to fight that and say, I have made residence here because I've been here for a week. I have established my residence here. And so the cops told me there's nothing we can do. But then they said, but what is his name? And I told him he was from where he was from. And then when Shanita called back, in the meantime, they had done their homework. There's not a doubt in our mind that they had done their homework. So when Shanita got a hold of them, they didn't mess around. They told me they couldn't come do anything. But when they investigated him, there's not a doubt in our mind that they done their homework. And they came because they knew.
And it was the police department and the sheriff's office. They were both ready.
Yes.
And there was 2 officers and 2 sheriff, you know. And so they came to the door one at a time, and they were like, okay, where is he? And so they come in, and they, started asking him questions, stuff like that. They asked him for ID. He showed him the ID. It took a while, but because they had to go through all this, spills of paperwork, all this kind of stuff. Plus, he was taking his good old sweet time, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then they finally got him, out of the house, and then we were in the front yard for some time. My sister did decide to go ahead and file a restraining order. That way we had some paperwork, because if he does, steps on her property or whatever, he'll go straight to jail. And so they had her sign paperwork and all that kind of stuff. Well, they took him out, they patted him down, they checked all of his, belongings and all that kind of stuff before they'd even put him in the car. They didn't find anything, so that's good. And they did actually put him in handcuffs because she filed a restraining order. But also, I don't know, we don't really know what they really know because they weren't at liberty to tell us, but they did put him in handcuffs before they left.
They did. They investigated before they weren't even supposed to come to our house. There's nothing they could do.
Did they take him?
There's not. He's not done anything.
Did they take him?
Yeah, they took him. Yeah, they took him. Where they took him, we're not really sure. They said the plan was to take him to the edge of this county, and then the next county would have to pick him up from that county and take him as far as to the next county. And they were going to do that until they got him like an hour away, which is in Lubbock, Texas. And they were going to drop him off, I think, at the bus stop or possibly at a Minister Alliance place or whatever to kind of help him out for the night since it was late. They might have put him up in a motel. We don't know. We don't know where he is at this point.
Wow, that's great. So
yes.
I didn't know if he just walked off or he just so that's getting hauled in. There should be some details about it.
I don't think he probably couldn't get out of there quick enough, to be honest with you, because I just started kind of having a moment, just pissed off at the fact that if my husband wouldn't have died, I wouldn't have to go through this, So I'm crying and I'm emotional and I'm screaming and I'm upset. And then I have an extremely bad temper and I'm punching walls and throwing stuff and, having my raging moment. And then my mom was in his face, like yelling at him. And Like, he was in a house full of super pissed off. Super pissed off women and
strong women that he's probably not seeing.
Yeah,
he's probably not used to
he
strong
was
women.
completely backed into a corner. And I'm sure there's probably one point where he was the one afraid.
I'm sure.
Because
she had a big support system, and he saw it. And this girl was punching. I mean, she was making a lot of noise. She was screaming. She was hitting stuff and tearing up stuff because she was so outraged at him. And I walked past him at one point and I said, I told you she had a temper. I said, do you hear what she's doing? Do you hear the violence that she's doing because she's outraged because of you? I said, she's doing that, but she's wishing that it was your face.
Well, well done to everybody. What did you do with the snake? I already named the snake.
He's still at the house right now, but
he's still at the house, but I'm in the middle of, I have a coffee trailer, horse trailer that's being renovated into a coffee trailer, and I'm going to open up my own little coffee truck. And I have a couple of guys that are working for me, and I asked one of the workers if he wanted it.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, and he's going to take it. So
well done, girls. Just well done. Really good job. It was a great way to hear that story. I've heard a lot of them, and a lot of them go. I've never heard it quite a story like that where the three of you with those Texas draws just go at that guy. So I'm going to.
Let me tell you, she had a huge support system, and then the police there did their homework in advance. It was so obvious because I was told one thing on the phone. They asked for his name, and they did their evidence, and you could tell they come in ready to. They knew. And they were ready to.
Well, I think what sealed it, Dawn, too, and I just want to say thank you to you again.
Yes.
Is once I told that sheriff that I was talking to you, that just like sealed it for him. He was like, "What? You're talking to Don Shipley?" Okay, so I think he got real serious. I think they were already pretty serious, but I think it got real serious after he realized that, because he's retired military as well.
Oh, that's never good.
He loves you.
Never,
he
it's
didn't take
never a
too
good
kindly
one.
to that.
Well, I'm flattered.
He loves you. Yes.
I'm flattered. Well, ladies, thank you, and we'll stay in touch. Let me know if got any other pictures of him getting hauled away. But thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, gals.
Okay.
all right, no, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
One more thing. My mom wanted to know, she's wanting to make a donation to you. Is that PayPal? Is that for you?
No, please don't do that. I have figured out a way to make these phonies pay for that stolen valor. And that's putting it up, getting the attention, and people drawn to the website. You've done more than enough. Don't worry about it. Thank you.
I'm happy to donate to you.
No, I don't take it. The charity thing. You've done a lot already. I'll get a buck or two out of that guy. Don't you worry about that.
Okay.
Don't you worry about that.
Well, we just appreciate you so much.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
He messed with the wrong people.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
He was in a hell house last night.
Yeah.
Well, okay, ladies. I have to run. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I know of a lot of phonies have been hauled away from scenes like that in handcuffs. But I've never heard that story kind of told like that. And that, what this guy must have been going through in that house. I didn't know that she had got the message quite that quick that he was a fake. So, yeah, it all helped. It all worked out. So, jeez. See ya.